So thank you, Sharon, for joining me, and congratulations on reaching the County Cup final. How do you feel ahead of tonight?
Yeah, I feel good. A little bit nervous, but just ready for the game now. Just can't wait to go really and get the game going. So yeah, really excited.
And it's a West London derby because you're facing QPR. Does that add an extra incentive?
Yeah, I think it always does, right? Playing against your local rivals. Great club, but I think it should be an interesting game. I think they've had quite a good season, all things considered. So yeah, I think all of us definitely will turn up for the game tonight.
And is it an extra special game for you because you used to play for QPR?
Yeah, it is. QPR were like my first team. I think I was there for almost like over 10 years. So yeah, the club's definitely close to my heart, but it's going to be kind of a battle tonight. I don't think I'm going to be holding back.
Definitely not. And I mean, 10 years is a long time. Did you go straight from QPR to Actonians, or did you play for anyone else in between?
No, I had a couple teams in between. So I when I moved out to uni, I moved out to uni in Kent. So I played for some local teams in Kent. And then when I came back, I was kind of in between QPR and Acton, but decided to go down and stay with Acton. So a couple teams in between.
And this season, I'm hearing that you're the top scorer. Is that right?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
But you have played for us in the thirds, and you were a defender then, so you can obviously play anywhere on the pitch, can't you?
Yeah, I'm happy every time I get asked to help out, whether it's with the thirds or the resis. I'm happy to play anywhere really and help the team. So um, wherever I need to be, I'll play.
And what's your tally this season?
I actually don't know. I'm not kind of keeping count really. I think I'm just happy to be scoring, happy to help the team win games, and I think yeah, at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. We're winning, so
But do you feel in a cup final, because you're a striker, you're the top scorer, there's more pressure on you?
I think yeah, I think everyone would be expecting me to kind of put my chances away. I don't really mind that, to be honest. I think it kind of helps with that little bit of pressure to make sure I take a bit more kind of care of my chances. But yeah, I'm not trying to think about it too much. I don't want to get in my own head.
And what about the competition for places? How would you describe it?
Yeah, it was good. I think the squad this year has got to be up there with one of the best squads we've had in a while. I think everyone we have in the team is good enough to play in that starting 11. So there's been a lot of effort put in training and outside of training to get into that team. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the squad is tonight. But I think whatever team Danny picks, I think they'll do a great job.
And what do you think is behind this kind of like competitiveness compared to maybe perhaps other seasons?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just that the group of girls we've got in there now. I think everyone is wants to win. Like we're really sore losers, to be fair, and I think none of us want to win. Sorry, none of us want to lose. So I think it's just yeah a mixture of that plus maybe the energy that Danny's kind of created around the team. But yeah, no, it's good. It's good to have that competition.
So this is his second season with Actonians, but obviously his first cup final. What impact has he had as a coach?
Well, Danny's a great coach. I've known him a very long time. He's a football man. He knows his football. So I think what he's added is just that knowledge. It's that really understanding the game and working with players on a one-to-one basis to get the best out of them. So yeah, he's come in and I think he's completely changed the kind of management of the club, and I can only see it kind of improving and getting better as the years goes on.
That's brilliant. And what about the style of play? What kind of style are you expecting for tonight?
Quick football, I think. I think we're going to try and not hold onto the ball too long. Quick passes, try and get as many shots off as we can. So yeah, I'm expecting it to be yeah a really fast game. I think QPR will have the same attitude, so it should make an interesting watch.
And obviously QPR are in the league below. Does that come into play? Like, do you think perhaps not maybe yourself, but other players think that okay, they're in the league below us, so this should be, we should really win this.
I hope not, to be honest. I hope no one's thinking like that. I think we've had it ourselves where we've played teams in the league above and we've beat them. So we know it can happen. And we've most probably had it happen to us on the other side where we've had teams in the league below us give us a good game. So I hope no one's going into the game with that attitude because it's a cup final, anything can happen.
And what's the atmosphere been like? Because you've been doing some playing some friendlies and stuff in the build up to this final. How's everyone sort of feeling?
Yeah, I think it's funny because I don't think football friendlies are a thing. Like there's no one takes it as a friendly. I think every game you play in football is pretty competitive. So it's been good. I think the attitude's been right from everyone in terms of taking every game seriously. And yeah, even training as well. I think everyone's had kind of the right attitude, and there's not been much messing about, and everyone's really focused.
And in training, so you came to the final via a penalty shootout, and you
Yep.
scored a penalty yourself. Like, tell me about that. What was it like?
Yeah, it's definitely nerve-wracking. I think the experience of having to take a penalty, that walk down to the spot, never gets any easier. Doesn't matter how many times you do it. But I think it's that same thing everyone says in it: pick a corner and put the ball in it. Easier said than done. But yeah, hopefully we don't get to that today, and we could just win the game in 90 minutes.
And in training, have you been practicing penalties extra or just the same as you would normally?
Yeah, no, we have. I think we never really practiced penalties, so it's definitely been, I think, just because of the cup run. But yeah, so I think everyone's had a couple of times to practice before the big game.
And how was it in the game? Like, did you put your hand up and say, "Yeah, yeah, I want to take one," or did the coach just say, "You, and you're going to take one"?
No, he asked. He said, "Who's kind of volunteering to take one?" I put my hand up straight away, and a couple of us did. I think in that kind of situation, you need to have the confidence you're going to score. I think you can't kind of make someone take a penalty because their head won't be in it.
Were you one of the first ones, or where did you go in the order?
Yeah, so I think I went third or fourth. I usually like going first or second, but we had a bit of a plan in place, which worked out really well.
And how have the friendlies been? Have they been tight, or have you kind of been having the upper hand?
No, they've been really, really tight. So I think the first couple of games we were winning, and then the last couple of games we've lost, which is just part of football, I guess. But it's been a really mixed bag. Like, we've played some really strong competition. I think we've done really well in finding really good competitive teams. So yeah, it's been a mixed bag. But in terms of the performances, they've been really, really good. Like, every game has been really, really tight.
And you guys, you are the reigning holders. Does that come into play tonight? Like, do you think, okay, we've got to defend the title here?
Yeah, 100%. Look, I think when you get a chance to win a cup back to back, you have to perform. And I think for us, we definitely know that feeling we had, I think, 2 years ago now, we know how good that felt. So we'd love to recreate that again today. So yeah, there's definitely a little bit of added on pressure as the reigning champs.
So 2 years ago, you beat Leighton Orient 1-0 in the final. Did you play in that game?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did play.
And do you think you can take that experience and use it to your advantage tonight?
Yeah, I think hopefully, I think what you can take from that game is just the nerves and how you felt before the game and how you felt as the game went on. I think every game is completely different, so I'm not sure how much you can prepare for this specific game. But I think getting used to the nerves, getting used to the fans, the crowd, the atmosphere, I think you can take that from 2 years ago and put it into today's game.
Obviously, what's different compared to 2 years ago, you had the league as well, whereas the league got cancelled after 4 games this season. Do you feel as players like, okay, we haven't had the league to play for, this is the only thing we really got to nail this now?
Yeah, 100%. This is it. Like, right, this is like the last game of the season. It's a cup final. We've had barely any games over the last 12 months because of COVID. So like, there's everyone has to be up for this. Like, this is it. This is everything. It can change what's been a really frustrating season to a great season. So yeah, I think we're super excited.
And this has obviously been one of the most, like you say, frustrating and challenging seasons. But how have the team managed to stay so fit so that you can now just be in a cup final?
Yeah, we've just got a weird bunch of girls, to be honest, and we all kind of like just keeping fit. Like Danny's pretty good at like balancing kind of fitness and playing, but in our own time, we all do like our own bit of work. So like, I do some work with this footing and fitness, and people do works on their own, or they meet up together and go for runs. So we just generally like staying fit, and we had a bit of a 5K challenge a few months back, and everyone took part.
What was that challenge, sorry?
So 5K, so everyone was running 5K and like, recording their times and sending it into the group. So again, competitive, but yeah, we had a little bit of a competition.
Okay, that's brilliant. And what about getting here, like in terms of, you obviously mentioned the penalty shootout, but what about you? You played some other really good teams. I believe you played the Crystal Palace as well.
Yeah, so yeah, we've had I would say a hard draw maybe, but I think every team is really been really, really good. But yeah, we've just played really, really well. I think in these kind of cup games, it's always about who wants it more, and you just have to be up for it and have that fight. But yeah, I think the games have been really, really good. They've been like I said, really close games, but it's just having that edge and wanting it a little bit more, which has pushed us ahead of the rest.
And since your time at QPR, do you think there might be any players that you recognise from playing there, or are they all new faces?
Yeah, no, definitely some players I recognise, some players I've played with, some players I've coached, and the coach himself, Steve, has been like it was like my first ever manager. So yeah, it's a big kind of 180 for me in terms of like potentially going back and playing against them. But loads of new faces. I've seen them on their socials. They've got loads of new players, loads of talented girls. So it should make for an interesting game.
Have you been kind of stalking them on socials beforehand, or are you guys just sticking to your own thing?
Sticking to our own thing. I think they're really good on socials. To be fair, I feel like they post every minute of every day, so you can't really avoid it.
Okay.
But other than that, no. I think just sticking to what we know. Really, I don't try to get like my head thinking about the opponents too much. Just focus on our game and playing our game right is really the main thing.
And what about yourself? Do you have any rituals or anything that you do before game?
Just get some good tunes on. Make sure I've eaten. But no, not really. I'm not really that kind of superstitious. So just make sure I'm mentally in the right space. I feel fit, and then get ready to go.
And in terms of eating, when does the nutrition start for you before a game? Is it like the same week or the night before or the same day? Or like when do you start thinking about, okay, the game is coming up, I've got to eat properly now?
Yeah, I'll probably say maybe the night before, the day before, kind of making sure that you've got everything you need to eat on that day, but also make sure you've had like a good dinner the day before. But then, so definitely be night before, making sure I know when I'm eating, what I'm eating, make sure I get the snacks in so I have the energy. It's always hard as well with the midweek game because you're playing quite late. So you've got to balance that out with like the whole day and having enough energy when the game comes.
For sure. And obviously, it's been a weird season, but you have fans tonight and it's actually a sellout. How do you feel about people wanting tickets but not being able to get any tickets?
Yeah, I think that's mental, to be honest, that it's sold out. It's exciting, it's good. Give again a bit of added pressure, make sure we perform for those who come down to watch. But anyone who's sacrificing their time to come and watch us play means so much to us, and we're so thankful for anyone and everyone who's coming down. So hopefully we give you a good game.
But you seem to be one of those players who actually don't get faced by sort of like spectators. So you'll probably just get like a boost from it, won't you?
Yeah. I think when they're on your side, yeah. I think when you're not playing well, you definitely can feel the crowd. But no, yeah, I think it'd be great to have them there. I'm sure there'll be a bit of buzz, there'll be a bit of excitement, and when we need that extra push, I'm sure the crowd will give it to us today.
And what does that say about Actonians as a club and also women's football in general that you have a county cup final and people can't get tickets?
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it shows how much the women's game is growing. The top level now are playing at such an elite level that I think even the men now are interested, right? And it's easy to watch now. It's accessible. I think it's Acton are an amazing club. I think they're such a good, like, it's a family. I always describe Acton as a family. It doesn't matter what team you play in, how long you've been here. You feel like you've got people around you, and hopefully we see that tonight by the amount of people coming down to support us. But yeah, it's a great club to be a part of, and looking forward to it continue growing.
Okay, well, good luck for the final tonight and thank you for your time.
Cheers. Thank you very much.